हरे कृष्णा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। शृण्वतां सकथाः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृद्यन्तस्तु हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति स्मृतिसताम्। जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चातदेशतारिणे। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद्भागवतम in story form, chapter 149, The Disappearance of Lord Sri Krishna, Canto 11. Lord Brahma then arrived at Prabhasa along with Lord Shiva and his consort. Following them were all the demigods headed by Indra, as well as great sages, siddhas, gandharvas, apsaras, and other residents of heaven, all being greatly eager to witness the departure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While assembling in the sky, they glorified the birth and activities of Lord Krishna, and from their airplanes they showered flowers with great devotion. Seeing Brahma before him, along with the others, the Almighty Lord closed his lotus eyes and fixed his mind within himself. By personal example, Lord Krishna taught us that at the time of death one should try to fix his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Besides this, because the demigods headed by Brahma had invited the Lord to descend to this world, they hoped to take him to their planets before his departure. To avoid this social obligation, Lord Krishna closed his eyes as if absorbed in samadhi. Then, without using the Agni meditation to make his body burst into flames as perfect yogis do, Lord Krishna returned to his own abode in the spiritual sky. As soon as Krishna left this earth, truth, religion, faithfulness, glory, and beauty followed him, while drums sounded from above and flowers showered from the sky. Only very few of the higher beings, such as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, could see Lord Krishna entering his own abode, and they were highly astonished to witness this. Thereafter, all the demigods returned to their respective residences. It should be understood that Lord Krishna's appearance and disappearance are manifestation of his eternal potency, and so are something like a dramatic performance. In all situations, the Supreme Lord is unchanged and remains situated in his own transcendental glory. Anyone who regularly rises early in the morning and carefully chants with devotion the glories of Lord Krishna's transcendental disappearance will certainly achieve the same destination, the Lord's transcendental abode. When Daruka arrived at Dwarka, he went and threw himself at the feet of Vasudeva and Ugrasena. While lamenting the loss of Lord Krishna's association, Daruka drenched their feet with his tears. He then told about the destruction of the Yadus, and everyone who listened became stunned with grief. Feeling intense pain in separation from Lord Krishna, they repeatedly struck their own faces with their fists and then rushed to the place where their kinsman lay dead. When Devaki, Rohini, and Vasudeva could not find their sons, Krishna and Balarama, they fainted due to intense grief. Indeed, being tormented by intense separation, the Lord's parents gave up their lives at that very spot. the wives of the other Yadu heroes climbed onto the funeral pyres and embraced their dead husbands. The wives of Lord Krishna, headed by Rukmini, entered his fire, and the wives of Balrama and Vasudeva entered their husbands' fires. The wives of Lord Krishna's sons, headed by Pradyumna, entered the funeral fires of their respective husbands. Arjuna felt terribly distressed because of separation from his dearmost friend, but he was able to somewhat pacify himself by remembering what Lord Krishna had sung to him on the battlefield at Kurukshetra. At this time, Arjuna saw to it that all the funeral rites were properly performed for each and every Yadu. The ocean then submerged Dwarka, sparing only Lord Krishna's palaces, or in another sense, only the external manifestation of Dwarka, which had been constructed by Vishwakarma, was covered, whereas the Lord's eternal Dwarka remained untouched. Arjuna took the surviving Yadu women, children, and old men to Indraprastha. He then installed Vajra as the ruler of the Yadus, and he installed Parikshit as the king of the Kurus. The all auspicious pastimes of the all attractive incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are described in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Anyone who clearly chants these descriptions of the Lord's pastimes will attain the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna, who is the goal of all perfect sages. Hare Krishna.